Okay, be bubbly, be vivacious, be animated, be... Can you do that?
No.
So we got that going for us. And we're back. Okay, so what are we doing today, kiddo?
Windscreen install.
Windscreen install. So
That's
you've got were you doing a complete repaint on the airplane?
Yep.
So you've already put in some side windows. You've got new windows for the doors.
I do.
Yeah. And what are you doing? What do we do on color on these? Did you do a tint or did
No.
you do clear?
It's just clear window.
Clear window all the way around.
No obstruction.
Same thing with the windshield, right?
Correct.
Okay, super. So we're gonna unbox it. I recommended Kate get this from Great Lakes Aeroplastics, Aero Products. Glap ink on the web. The reason is the windows, everybody's windows are about the same. However, I have found that their trim is a little bit better, so that we should be sanding less.
Perfect.
I'm lazy. That's all I want to do. So anyway, let's unbox this thing, see what you got.
Yeah.
So the most important thing is when you do get a window, as soon as the EPS truck drops it off, check it out, because you never know what it's been through. So, and it's boxed and boxed and boxed and boxed, more boxes.
All the boxes.
Holy cow!
I have enough boxes still there.
Okay, is this coming out?
So come up.
Okay.
More boxes.
That was a little bit of a teaser. She's already been in here to get the side windows, but that's as far as you went, right?
Yeah.
Oh look, bags, airbags. Lots of
Trim.
airbags. Okay, so that's the trim for the door windows.
Door windows, side windows.
Yeah, and then we've already used some of that, and then we've got the felt, which will be on the big
rolls.
window.
Yes.
Okay,
I have
cool
two
beans.
rolls of that, and that comes with the kit.
Yeah, excellent. Okay,
So
and then let's just
set
set
this
that over
off
there,
to the side.
and then let's try to jiggle this out without filling the whole place.
Amazon plastic.
Okay, let's flip it this way and then dump it all out. Okay, great.
No.
And that's kind of what you're paying for too. You're paying for them to pack it well. One thing you don't want to have to do is go through it again. Okay. Let me grab that.
There we go.
And it's a clear window. So.
It is. Ooh, it has directions inside.
Yeah, we've got directions. That's a nice thing too,
How
is
to
they will
trim,
give you
how to drill.
how to trim and how to drill. There's also an FAPMA part tag on it.
For my
So this is
logbook.
all. This you want to keep in your aircraft records when you put it together.
Yes.
We'll put that in the records. This is just nice to have.
And a couple caveats too, if you do buy one of these. Not in sunlight, not more than 3 months with paper on the window.
Yeah. So
buy it when you need it.
yeah, buy when you need it. This is the last thing. If you're restoring an aircraft, last thing you buy is windows, battery, tires, engine.
I'm almost there.
Yeah, exactly.
So
That's the window there.
that's the
Now,
deal.
is there anything else in here?
Well,
I don't see anything on my side.
oh my
Okay.
God.
Okay, and that's
I know what that is.
those are the windows. Yeah, let's take everything out so that we know the box is empty.
Yeah. Okay. So
Okay.
here's two door
So those are the
windows.
door windows, 2 windows, and you get standard weight on these as far as thickness. So, and again,
Yes.
clear. So we'll hang on
The
to those.
wrestling to a minimum.
Yeah, and especially with a newer aircraft, you're gonna have newer aircraft, and you're gonna be running intercoms. You're gonna be running A&R headsets. So it's actually.
Do you have anything on your side?
I got nothing. And we'll double check this. We'll move it outside, but I think we're in good shape. Okay, enough.
Okay.
We'll double check it later.
All right. So look, no.
Let's see. That one goes in
It's like
first.
folding a map. There.
Boom. 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 That
Yeah,
one.
that
This
one.
one.
Yeah, middle box.
Zoom. 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 Zoom.
Box,
Zoom.
box.
Box. In fact, what we can use,
No,
we can
wait
use
till-
this. We can use this for a workbench right now.
Yeah.
Temporary workbench.
Temporary work then. Perfect.
Okay, that's it. We'll see you in just a little bit. We're gonna get set up here, and then we're gonna get ready for trim and whatnot. But we'll use the box as a temporary workbench to show you the next step. Next step, what we're gonna do is we're going to, real simple, we're going to trim the paper back a couple inches. That's it. We're gonna leave this here. We don't wanna mess with it. We're gonna trim it back a couple inches all the way around. On a Cessna windshield, the windshield slides in the top slot, bottom slot, or side slots, and then it's held in with a retaining strip. The retaining strip, it just keeps it from blowing forward, and when you're flying, that's not an issue.
Right.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just trim all this, and we're gonna go get our scissors and tape back in a little bit. All Caitlin's doing here is just trimming the backing paper back a couple inches. Be real careful. Just don't get the scissors near the glass. You don't want to scratch it at all. It is plastic. And we're just bringing it back so that when we set it on the aircraft, we can mark it with a marker and be able to see where we are kind of underneath. Just taking out enough, but not too much. Okay, what'd you do so far?
Check it out of the box.
Okay, it's out of the box. We were using the box for a workbench because it's a really big box.
Yes.
However, and
Trim the paper.
yeah, Kaitlin pointed out, we put something soft in between the staples of the box and the windshield. So keep everything, just be really concerned about that. So next step is now we're gonna move the camera around on you. Probably turn the microphones off, and we're gonna fit this in. You'll see some real time, and then we'll probably speed up some stuff. But for now, we're gonna fit it in. We've kept about 1.5 inches or so around the perimeter. We know there's probably gonna be some trimming. Most of the trimming is gonna be on this lower edge. So we're in pretty good shape. And again, clear, we were talking over break here a little bit ago, why you chose clear.
Sunglasses.
Yeah, exactly. So at night,
We have sunglasses now.
yeah, we have sunglasses. So, you know, whatever kind of sunglasses you have. But the biggest thing, I never really thought about it because most of my flying is daytime, but nighttime, you don't want dark windows.
No.
Definitely don't want dark
And I
windows.
fly at night. Some people don't, so.
Yeah, so this is going to be nice and clear. This is going to be great for daytime and nighttime. So, okay, we're going to move cameras around, and we'll see in a little bit. Okay, let's try to fit it. We're going to fit in that upper edge. What we want to do is keep an eye on that.
Yep.
Okay, get it started. Okay, now go left and right to make sure
Set.
that you're picking up your side trim.
In.
Okay, and then kind of grab your deal up in your front of your airfoil.
Yep.
Grab it like that and push it all the way back.
Fully seated.
Okay, so now.
That's it.
Okay.
Right there.
The other thing we can do also is once we trim this,
Yes.
then we can trim the back bottom of the vertical
Right, now
to help
bring
it
it
come
in.
in.
Right.
Well, we have to get this done first.
Right.
Okay. And that's what they do with it on a gross trim. They don't know what the aircraft is going to do.
Right. So this is gonna set on the green or just in front of?
It's going to be touching the green. We want that to touch the green
On this flat side of it or on the top?
on the top edge.
Oh, we want it all the way back here.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
we got
So
a hot minute
okay.
to go.
Yep.
So this is all the way in. and
Right. So once we get it where it can come
We
down,
want to take in.
then we're going to trim this. See how this is not coming in that far?
Well, this is also too low.
Right. So we'll trim.
Easier to check off a tiny bit.
Yep. And just do your moves slowly.
Yeah, when you screw up.
This one it actually looks pretty short over here. So
Does it?
I'm not real. I might take a little off, but I don't really want to take much off on this side because
Right.
it is that way.
Okay.
Okay,
Back out.
back out and we're going to trim it.
I'm gonna carefully.
Okay, I got it. Woo!
Hey.
Take it back to on top of the box. For this aircraft installation, we used a portable belt sander. On this one, we had about an 80 grit. You can use a stationary belt sander. Most importantly is don't use any kind of reciprocating device. You've got to really use something that just goes in one direction. Otherwise, you could possibly crack the windshield. After that, it was just fit, mark, kind of keep on repeating. What we did on this, and as we do with any other installation, is just kind of slowly sneak up on it. So we're not taking off any more than about eighth of an inch, maybe a quarter of an inch max. So no more than about 5 millimeters or something like that. I just take it off, put it back in, take it off, put it back in, and slowly work on it. What we want the windshield to do is come up against that lower strip on the retaining strip on the inside of the glare shield. So we're actually getting the windshield pretty close. That's why we're putting the retaining strip on, but it's still not where it needs to be. So off again, back on again, same kind of thing. And we're checking the gaps from our inner glare shield support, marking the outside on the paper and getting even closer. So we know that we have a couple gaps, whatnot. So we're still getting to the final steps. Kind of frustrating, but really not too bad. Not too terribly bad. Any of the Cessna 100 series aircraft are very similar to this. Really no big deal, just slow go it. And you can see now that we can actually get the trim strip in place, but we're still going inside. Kaitlin's going inside and marking, pointing where the gaps are in that inner strip. Then I'm marking on the outside so that we can then remove the strip and take those areas down just a little bit more, probably another 5 millimeters, something like that. And this is really the final fit check where we confirm that we are where we need to be. Going full riveting on the retaining strip, making sure that it is in place, getting clecos in there. Hey folks, so we fit it, I don't know how many times, I'll have to look at the film, at least 7 times, right?
About that.
Something like that, 7 times. So
Like sanding.
yeah, so we took it off. We had the belt sander. I think we have a little insert. Hopefully we save that. We have it ready now. What we're going to do now is we're going to trim the paper back, and we're going to bring a yellow tape. It doesn't matter what color tape, but we're going to bring a tape to the edge, the actual edge of the sheet metal trim piece, so that we're going to put the felt on just shy of that. Probably shy of it about 1/8 of an inch, but at least you'll have that as a go-by. So we want to make sure that we don't violate the yellow line at all. So we're going to come down 1/8 of an inch. So we're going to put the felt tape on the left side. So we need to tape the left side, right side, or right side, left side, the top, and around the front too. So Kaitlin's going to work on that stuff. I'm going to trim the paper back and get going on that. So follow along. That's what's going on now. So we're just trimming the paper, putting the felt on after we get that sorted, and then it'll come out one more time. Felt goes on, goes in, clecoed for good. So hopefully we got an instrument, we got to end riveted. So that's where we are for now.
Looking good.
And as you can see, we're just taping the perimeter of the windshield so that we can make sure we don't overlay anything with the felt. We're final fit. We had how many fits? 7?
Ish.
7-ish?
About
Something like that.
About 7.
About 7. So what we're going to do now is put the felt on. Felt goes around, top, 3 sides, 4 sides.
Yeah.
3 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4 sides.
4.
So
Got 2
if you've ever been taxiing a Cessna and you hear that's a felt squeaking.
Got it.
Because this window just kind of sits in the hole. Right? It does that. Now on a seaplane, we were talking about that earlier. Seaplane has struts, it probably squeaks less, but that's what's going on in a Cessna. So what I want you to do
So we got 2 felts.
is we have 2 felts. We have the big felt, which we're going to put on the back.
Little felt.
Little felt. So I want you to take it just shy of this, all the way along here, and then we're going to fold it around. Yeah, so we'll peel it.
Peel straight.
we're gonna go the other way here. Give it up. Come on.
Hand it over.
I can do it. I can do it. I don't need a girl to help me.
Oh, come on now.
Okay. Yeah, you'll probably do it better. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for.
Take 3 times what I'm doing.
Actually, let's do it a little bit less. In that, well, that's going to be where that's going to be. This has got very good tape. What I want is either to the tape line
Or just.
or to the middle of this.
Well, you're walking it down now, so.
No.
Like it started to walk down. You gotta bring that back.
Right. Well, I'm going down the middle.
Okay.
I'm going down the middle of the felt.
Oh, middle of the felt. Okay.
But at least we're staying clear of that top.
Right.
So I'm kind of doing about 1/3 of the felt onto the window. Let's flip this upside down. Got it? Just like hang on that. Put that in your pocket.
Hoodie pouch.
Zip. And we're going to kind of do that. Change spots.
There we go. More better.
More better. Okay, so what I want to do is just take this and continue, just bring it up. This is uber sticky.
Apparently.
Okay, so about that, probably upwards up to half of it, but
we don't want to cross the line.
we don't want to cross the line.
See it.
Don't cross the line.
Yeah, we don't want to see it.
Ghostbusters, don't cross the line.
Never saw it.
Okay, and then okay. While you're doing that, I'm going to fold it over. Now the felt, you don't have to cut it or anything. It's pretty flexible, so it will it'll stretch on the side that needs stretching.
So the idea is we're making a U-channel out of it.
We're making a U-channel of the felt. Now the problem with the felt is, good news about the felt, it's a nice cushion. Downside of the felt is it will gather moisture over time.
We don't want that.
And that's why when you see some of these aircraft, you had a little bit of corrosion on yours we cleaned up. Some of these that live outside their entire life, they'll, especially anything by the coast, is dead news bears.
This method actually works if you follow.
I like that.
There you go.
See, you're doing it better than I was.
Yeah.
I don't know how many of these I put in. I guess I put them in all wrong.
No, gotta start somewhere. Not everyone can be perfect the first time.
Shut up. Okay.
What else didn't have help?
Whether you're doing a 210 or a regular non-pressurized 210 or 182, 172, 120, 140, they're all about the same. And then when we come down to the corner, you'll just cut it with a scissor.
Right.
This works rather well.
It does. I like this method.
Yeah, so you just
Because
reverse the
you
tape.
can see the line. I don't know how well the camera's catching it, but you see the line dividing the space, and you're just pulling it.
You're pulling it, and then
straight.
reversing the.
And got all that dust off of the sticky area.
Yes, that was another big thing. Is
Try to keep it clean.
Kaitlin got in there with a rag in between cuts.
Damp rag.
Just a damp rag with just water, and
Try and keep the dust down.
keep the dust down. Not only off the aircraft, but off of the
off of this.
off the window. Pardon me, off the window, but also off the off of the aircraft.
Dust to clean later.
Yep.
And it lets us see our lines and markings a little better. So we're gonna slide this a little bit forward.
Got it.
There we go. Come right through there. Drag this in.
Yep.
Looking good. I like this method. Should patent the process, huh?
Yeah.
Judge me.
Okay. And clip it. So clip it. You know, say 1/8 of an inch. I gave you the scissors.
They're in the window.
Yeah, they're over here.
Yeah.
And then clip it, not quite to the end, but just shy of the end.
So, about right here.
As close to the window as you can.
Across the windows if you can.
And it's tough stuff.
And
Yeah.
it's sticky.
Yes. So try to choke up on it. And get it right at the middle of the scissor because it'll. Yeah. Okay. Cool beans.
Awesome.
So now we're going to use the same felt for the
sides.
and we'll use the big felt for the
top.
top. Okay, so that's
It's not
pretty
bad.
pretty.
It's not bad. Now it'll tuck into the channel and I'll never see it.
Yep. And then we'll this might try to pop up. Once we get it clamped in, it's not going anywhere.
Great.
Okay, Chief.
Side B.
Side B.
What'd you do here? Can I come around the corner?
No, you're going to just stop here.
Okay.
Stop at the tangent point.
Alrighty.
And you can do the same thing, whatever you want to do. Just stay
Stay in
away
a
from.
secret spot.
Yeah.
I'm trying to come this way.
I'd start, right there. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Sticky.
Yeah, very sticky.
Super sticky.
Unbelievable, actually. Perfect. I'm gonna salt trail over here. And if you just follow me like we did.
And stay away from
The blue tape.
the blue tape. And the blue tape, all the blue tape is, it's not protecting
Just a
anything.
marker.
It's just a marker for us. We don't want the felt to stick out. The reason we don't want the felt to stick out is because it'll look like poo-poo, and then, yeah, it'll get moisture. So we may have to trim this a little bit.
Good.
Because
Because of how it fits.
yes, thinner.
And
Okay.
we'll come into about
I'll keep
here.
coming up.
Yeah.
About there's plenty. And then just cut it right there.
Just
Scissors. I give them to you.
I gave them back. Somebody's got to tell us where to put them.
Gave them back.
Here, cut. Cut.
And like I said, you need to choke up on this.
Yeah.
It's tough stuff.
Very tough.
Okay, now
So when this folds over now.
when this folds over, let's see how it's going to fold over.
It's going to fold over pretty. Hopefully not too much.
We don't want it to double up
No
here.
double. No double. Cut the corner. It's sticky. Let's see if it touches our tape. Over here, it's going to need a trim.
Yeah, let's give it a little trim.
Just a little bit. Just put an angle on it. And that's just because it's a different channel it's sitting in.
Yeah.
So
And every aircraft's going to be a little bit different, but a
why they
lot
tell you how
the
to
same.
trim. I give you trimming instructions for a reason.
Yeah. Now, fortunately, on these windows, we don't have to drill any holes. Other brands of aircraft, you have to drill holes, and you have to be very careful about it. And you need to make sure you use the proper drill. Okay.
I think that's going to work.
Okay. We'll just keep working it down.
And down.
Now, getting this into that little groove that was easy to get into,
It's going to be a challenge.
it's going to be a little bit of a chore because it's going to be
Sticker.
quite tight.
Which is fine.
Okay, now this is going to be, here's your challenge here. This is going to be, this is our short edge.
Yeah. That's great. Okay.
Paper. Got it.
Alright, stop.
Away.
Oh, look at
Same
that.
program.
They give you just enough.
Like they knew what they're doing.
Don't screw up.
And it's probably set up for the big ships, the bigger 100, 200 series aircraft.
This is 100 series.
It's a little airplane.
Give a nice little angle on there.
Straight.
Okay. That's straight to the
Now this is just going to be a little bit because we're pretty shy on that particular channel.
Alright. So we're going to try and just get that started. How's that look? Look at that. 3 or 4 already done.
Excellent.
5-minute job.
Okay, now this is the
That's the last one.
easy peasy on this one.
Stand by. Trash can on. Alright. I'm gonna make sure all that. Jacket works surprisingly well for getting the dust off. Okay.
Same program.
Same thing. Yeah. You can see that.
I don't smoke, I don't drink crazy. I just trim my fingernails.
Imagine
Well, good thing I'm not a plumber, you know.
that. No comment. Okay. On to the next one. I guess I can start,
If you want to, we can flip it up where it's easier for you to get eyes on.
sure. That's,
So that way you can do it.
I'm only so tall here.
Once come over here,
I'm gonna do that way.
that will be more better.
No better.
And take it right to the edge.
Right to the, like up to here, yeah?
Take it right to the edge and
About right here?
back it there.
I think that'll do it.
And stay that way an eighth of an inch.
How much is an eighth of an inch?
Not that much.
Is that what I'm doing?
Yeah, or more. Twice that one for the rest of it.
Okay.
Perfect. Yeah, right there is perfect.
Let's
what
walk
you,
it
that's
out
what you want,
just a
something like
little
that.
bit.
And this stuff, to your point, is crazy sticky. Now that's another
It
thing
is.
is temperature. It's wintertime in Texas right now. Thank goodness. We're not in Nome, Alaska. So it's warm, but still,
Chilly.
if you're messing with plexiglass windows, you want the room to be warm. Because this stuff is, being acrylic,
It's brittle.
it's very brittle. Especially a formed window, you're trying to fit in a hole somewhere. Some of the different brand aircraft, so be real careful on that. Warm the window up, warm where the aircraft is.
Side windows, same
Yeah.
thing.
And we call plexiglass here, that's a trade name. This is actually polycast plastic, but it's from Great Lakes Aero Products. Over in the UK, you'll hear folks talk, or the British Empire, I guess, or maybe Europe, you hear Perspex. It's all the same stuff, it's acrylic sheet. Now in the airliners, they use Lexan, which is polycarbonate, which is great stuff, it's super strong. But the problem with the polycarbonate is you cannot break it out. It is that tough. That's why it's used on pressurized aircraft. However, it's extremely soft.
Right.
So it's a double-edged sword. The thing that's nice about general aviation aircraft with acrylic sheet is you can kick out the window if you have to, or break it.
You can get out.
Yeah.
If you move that another inch, we're gonna have a problem. No touch.
No touch.
No touch. Got 6 more inches. No touch.
Okay. Eyes on scissors.
There we go. You're gonna make that nice final cut for me.
Yeah. I'll take it right to the edge. And you can see the window company gives you
Enough.
just enough.
Yeah. Gotta keep the cost down.
And you're going to take this.
Fingers are clear.
God forbid we're
Cut
going
the
to
paper off.
cut the paper off.
That's the extra.
All right, now what you're going to do is put this on your toolbox and leave it there for about 6 years, and then you'll forget what it is, and then we won't have any stickum.
Yep.
Okay, so come in here, you do this.
I'll buy you more.
Just run it, and here what you're doing is you're kind of forming it, and as you form it, just slowly bring it over, bring it over, bring it over, and you're working it back and forth. Even the stuff we put on earlier is kind of pop off, but that's okay.
It's cold out.
And the more you have, stick it over. Hey, it's my phone making noise.
T-shirt order, you know?
Yeah,
T-shirt order's coming in.
exactly. Sound pretty good. So this is, we might do a little cussing and discussing on the fit when we're fitting it now, because we added that.
Yeah.
So what we may end up doing here is putting it on, clicking it up for the night, and let this stuff actually
Let it
squish a
sit.
little bit. But we should be able to get the trim string, click it on, maybe actually have rivets in place.
That'd be nice.
Okay. Come here.
Oh, a timeline here.
Excellent.
Got goals this year.
Okay,
Oh,
Done.
that's a window.
that's window.
Ready to go in.
Yes.
So, started about 1:30. It's 4. 99% of it was sanding.
Yeah.
This
Put
is
it in.
back in the
Okay, we're gonna go fit it one more time.
again.
Again.
Don't drop it.
Don't drop it.
Whatever you do, don't drop it.
Okay.
So this is the final installation. We are kind of encouraging the window to go back. It is a little bit harder to get in with the felt, so we've got to make sure that it is fully seated. So that's what we're going about doing. Getting the retaining strip on, and we are trying to put a Cleco in every hole to make sure that it is exactly where it needs to be.
Hey guys, we're back. I've had some sound issues on this one, so hopefully you'll get some of the sound. If not, we'll do voiceovers and that kind of stuff. In fact, maybe I'll get you to help on the voiceovers too. It'll be something new and different. But we think now
I think we're good.
the sound we have is okay. We think it's working okay. We'll see how it works. Anyway, long story short, we have the windshield. We unboxed it. We prepped it. We cleaned it. We trimmed back the paper. What else did we do?
Fit check.
Fit check. Mark. Sand.
Fit check.
Fit check.
Mark.
And how many
Sand.
times did we did that? At least
6-7 times.
At least
probably.
6-7 times. We'll do it on the
Yeah.
video. We'll count it. But long story short, we just snuck up on it.
Right.
We didn't go take a bunch. I mentioned that some companies trim, some don't. Well, this one needed a little trimming, so things change through the years. But this has been trimmed, fit. Then you put the felt on it, and you kind of came across with a good way of kind of backing that felt off the
Worked
paper.
easy.
Worked real easy.
10-minute job.
The felt is in there. Touch time, and then we put it in. Kaitlin has it all Clecoed in. We've got the paper on it. We left the paper on it. We don't want to scratch anything, so we've got all the protective paper on it. We're gonna call it done for the day. Everything's Clecoed in. This will get riveted in tomorrow, so that'll be tomorrow morning's effort. Hopefully, we'll pull some video on that. So how long were we touch time on this? You figure?
Leisurely 4 hours.
4 hours,
When
yeah.
I was stopping to look at a plane, take a phone call. I mean,
Yeah, so about 4 hours. We went and grabbed a sandwich, met some folks at another shop. So about 4 hours. First time out of the shoot, 4 hours is probably
bad.
very easy.
not bad.
Take your time. Just take your time.
Can't put material back.
Yeah. So that's where we are. We'll see you riveting this thing together, and we'll hopefully
Tomorrow
have
morning.
some clean clothes on. So tomorrow morning, see you in a bit.
24 hours later.
And what Caitlin's doing right now is she's removing every other Cleco, making sure that all the holes are clear. Some of these Clecos are draw Clecos. Most of them are regular spring Clecos. And then cleaning the holes, making sure they're clean with a drill. Give them a once over. And then she's making sure the rivets are the correct size. These rivets ended up sizing it at about a half size, so she's hand cutting all the rivets. That's what you see in her other hand there. She's got the rivet cutter and getting those done. Then we put tape on all the rivets. The reason we do that is it's just easier to do a kind of a quick job, so to speak. We can shoot all the rivets. None of them will jump out. They'll be in place so we can really get going. So she's working on that. I'm working on some baffling in the other shop. And when she gets ready to go, you can see she's putting tape on everything. I'll put my coffee down, my phone down, and come on over, hop in, and start shooting. Starting at the center, as always, of any panel, starting in the center and going around. We're shooting a 4X gun. That's just the gun I use. No throttle, feather trigger. Thing works like a champ. Been using it for years. And boom, boom, boom. All the way around the corner. And I'll go in the other room again, fiddle around on my phone, take care of some emails, some customer stuff, And Caitlin's now removing all the Clecos because she has every other rivet hole filled, and cleaning up all the holes all the way around, and then stuffing them with rivets again. Normal program, get the holes all stuffed with rivets, get everything taped in place, then I'll hop in the bird and buck the rivets while she shoots them. In we go. Still starting at the center and working out. All the way around to the A-pillar. The lower rivets on the trim actually attach to the A-pillar, so you go all the way around. One last rivet there on that A-pillar, and boom, my job is done, and she's got cleanup.
Hey guys, it's day 2. We just finished riveting. How long were we riveting for?
Hour.
An hour. So we finished it up. There's probably, what do you think, about 30 rivets maybe? 15 each side?
About 30. All cut to size too.
Yeah,
so it took a lot of
they all
time.
had to be cut. But we were replacing old screws that were in there, so now it's all rivets. We will put a small bead on the very bottom edge, not the top edge, but the very bottom edge. We'll probably put a small bead of some PRC, LS 8802 sealant, just to keep any creep from coming in while it's flying. But short of that, this installation is done. Very similar to Cessna 120, 140, 150, 170, 172, 182, all the same stuff. So you've done one. Any problem doing another one?
No.
No, pretty easy.
good.
A little trepidation doing it the first time, maybe, huh?
Yeah, not bad though.
Yeah, I mean,
It's all prep.
Yeah,
The riveting didn't take long.
yeah, and it's also handy too. You don't have a glove box. If you had a glove box, that's miserable because you've got to. If you got a 172 or 150 with a glove box, you really
Has to
want
come
to
out.
take the time to take it out so you can get to the rivets. There's no radios in here, so we didn't have to worry about that to get around. So pretty simple installation at this phase. If you're at this phase of an aircraft, change your window out. Put a new window in. It's not that hard to do.
Right.
So
Not too expensive either.
yeah. So
I think the whole kit delivered was around 700 or so.
yeah, and
Wasn't bad.
that's all windows for the aircraft, and they
Right.
went in. We put them in back the way the factory was, all riveted in, and also to what Kaitlin mentioned earlier, they're all clear.
Yep.
So that's what I put on the 150 a while back. So best way to go. Just go clear windows. You don't need any kind of fancy tint. You don't need a bunch of that stuff. All you need is a good pair of sunglasses. So
Right.
that's it. What else? What's next? Oh, we did the. We'll show you a picture of the. How'd you like how the instrument panel installation came out?
Came out great. Just a little bit of final sanding finish and
Yeah, she'll polish up the clear.
good.
Well, then you
It's
put
in.
you shot it in. Then what'd you do before we put the window in? We shot it in. Then
instrument panel went in,
yeah,
100%. Glare shield got painted,
yeah. So,
100%.
and the glare shield is color matched. You're gonna have the upper part of this area on the cowling and all that will be the dark trim grain. So Kaitlin color matched it to that.
Painted the interior retaining strip inside of that, so
Yeah,
it color
so
matched.
that was all. You folks may not have seen that. So we'll show you some pictures of the instrument panel for sure. And then we put the data plate back where it belongs.
Yeah, it's on top now.
Yeah, kind of crazy. So it'll be nice. This thing will show nice.
Next step,
Next step, that's what
Off the
this
wheels.
is. This nasty piece of steel is it's going to go on the spit. That'll probably be tomorrow. So it'll go on the rotisserie. Landing gear legs will come out. The reason we're doing that is just a whole lot easier to paint. We have a few rivets we have to finish on the left main landing gear because we changed the A-pillar out. But short of that, this is going to, we're hoping to start laying paint down next week. So
Yes.
a week from today,
perfect.
hopefully. So then it'll be primer, base coat, or base color, and then trim color. So it's going to be a day of taping anyway. So
Right.
I have a lot of work to do, but we're getting close to putting this thing together and get it back flying again. Hopefully we'll start hitting some of the, you're going to see Kaitlin hopefully at some of the local air shows and regional air shows, some of the big ones. So that's it for this episode. Kaitlin, thanks much, and
Thank you.
get back to work. Go fly yourself.